What's going on, family? Here I am with another reaction video. I want to talk about Marcus Freeman' response to a reporter when he was asked how it feel to be one of the first two black head coaches to participate in the college football playoffs. And the reason why I want to do a reaction video to this because a lot of these mega supporters think that Marcus Freeman got the best of a woke reporter. And I disagree with that. I think Marcus Freeman was being humble in the response. And I think he was choosing the right words to use. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play. It's a 55-second long clip, which I'm going to play the entire clip. And then I'm going to go back and we're going to kind of go back over that clip again. And I'm going to break down what I think about the clip. So let's go.
From the Times-Picayune here in New Orleans. Marcus, can you and James Franklin are kind of making history here. Can you kind of just put in perspective what it means to you to be, one of two black coaches in this playoffs?
Yeah, it's again, you're very grateful. It's a reminder that you are a representation for many others, and many of our players that look the same way I do. That your color shouldn't matter, right? And that the evidence of your work should. But it takes everybody, and that's what I continue to remind myself. When people will try to point the finger at you, it's a great reminder of you're not in this position without everybody, without all these guys. And that's why I told him in the locker room I couldn't get off that stage fast enough because everybody couldn't be up there.
So I think his response was very humbling. I think a lot of people fail to realize one thing. We in 2024 and major college football, FBS football is majority, the players are majority black. And here we are in 2024. And we have never had a black head coach in a national championship game, more or less. Well, this is the first year of the playoffs of this 12-team format playoff. And they never had a black coach in the playoffs, even when it was 4 teams in the playoffs. So, yes, reporters are going to ask questions like that because this is something different. It's a first. And I think people need to understand by being a black head coach in college, in major college football, you don't have too many opportunities. There's like 115 teams in the FBS, I believe. And I think there's only 14 black head coaches. And like I said, the majority of the players are black. So yes, those questions are going to be asked. And I think Marcus Freeman handled that question appropriately. And let's go back over what he said, his response.
Walker from the Times-Picayune here in New Orleans. Marcus, can you and James Franklin are kind of making history here. Can you kind of just put in perspective what it means to you to be, one of two black coaches in this playoffs?
Yeah, it's again, you're very grateful. It's a reminder that you are a representation for many others, and many of our players that look the same way I do.
And with this part right here, I think he's being very gracious, and he's pretty much saying you have to be a role model, you have to set the example. This is something that give other kids who look like him. And Marcus Freeman is biracial. He got an Asian parent and a black parent. So I'm pretty sure he's talking about people who look like him, giving them more opportunities to coach in games like this. That's what he's saying. So when these so-called mega supporters who are saying that he destroyed this woke reporter, no, he didn't destroy this woke reporter. He's given a honest, humbling answer. It feels good to be in this position. It feels good to be up here in front of people who look like me, and I can set an example for the future down the road. That's what he's saying. That's my interpretation of what he's talking about. So all these other people, they're saying that he's pretty much trying to play off the color situation, as in it doesn't matter by me being a person of color. That's not what he's saying. But let's move on.
That, you know, your color shouldn't matter, right? And that the evidence of your work should.
And right here, and I agree with him. Your color shouldn't matter, and your work should speak for itself. But we all know in college football and a lot of other areas in this country, it's not the case. It's not the case. Black people have limited opportunities when it comes to head coaching positions in college football. And it's not because they're not capable of doing the job. It's the way the system is. It's the way the system. We just had a situation in the NFL. Gerard Mayo, black head coach of New England Patriots. 1 year, he went 4-13. Got fired after 1 year. Dan Campbell in Detroit went 1-15 his first year. Did he get fired? No, he didn't get fired. And look at Dan Campbell now. Dan Campbell was able to develop himself as a head coach and develop his team. And now, instead of being 1-15, he's 15-2 as a head coach. The opportunities are not there for a lot of black head coaches. And I think this is what he's saying. You know, people shouldn't be judging me on my skin color when it comes to my coaching ability. They should be judging my coaching ability on my actions. That's basically what he's saying. And I agree with that. But that's not the case. In a lot of these universities, they're not judging people on their coaching abilities. They're judging people on their color. That's what they're doing. That's why you see so many recycled white head coaches, and you don't see that many recycled black head coaches. A black head coach opportunity is very limited the second time around. When a white head coach, they get plenty of opportunities still. And I think that's what he's saying.
But it takes everybody. And that's what I continue to remind myself. When people will try to point the finger at you, it's a great reminder of you're not in this position without everybody, without all these guys. And that's why I told him in the locker room, I couldn't get off that stage.
And basically, he's right here, he's pretty much saying that you got to be a team player. Everybody plays a part. It's just not up to the coach. It's up to the entire team, the coaching staff, the players, everybody, the analysts. Everybody plays a part in this. He's been humble. And I give him credit for being very humble. But like I said, he have to be humble in order to get his point across. And some people misinterpret his point by saying that he destroyed this woke reporter, but he didn't. He gave an answer that's very respectful and gracious, and I respect that. So that's my 2 cents on that topic. So until next time, y'all take care.